All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to look at wisdom in a totally different way. Not as some mountaintop you reach, but as a daily practice. And we're going to do it through this really cool lens from a source narrated by, get this, a character named Zoran the Dragon. It's a pretty fascinating way to think about building a wiser, more intentional life, just one day at a time.
And boom, right out of the gate, Zoran just lays it all out. This isn't about getting one big answer and then you're done. The whole idea here is that wisdom is alive. It's a flame. And if you don't feed it every single day, it just flickers out. It needs us to show up.
And this just hits so hard, doesn't it? It's the big paradox of our time. We have all the information in the universe sitting right in our pockets. But how often do we actually turn that search inward? We scroll and scroll looking for answers everywhere but inside ourselves.
So how do we even start to look inward? Well, the source gives us this beautiful metaphor, the guitar of life. Just picture it. Your life is a 6-string guitar. And to make any kind of beautiful music, to live a life that actually feels right, that resonates, every single one of those strings has to be in tune. And it's not a one-and-done thing, it's a daily tuning.
And here they are. These are the 6 strings. These are the real, tangible parts of what wisdom looks like in practice. You've got self-awareness, emotional clarity, intellectual curiosity, then spiritual resonance, relational insight, and finally, embodied discipline. Each one is absolutely crucial for a life that feels whole. And what happens when we don't do that daily tuning? It's simple, really. Dissonance. You know that feeling, right? When you just feel out of sync. Things just aren't clicking. When our internal strings are all over the place, our life, our song just sounds off. The whole message of who we are gets totally lost in the static.
Which brings us to this, the great human paradox. Why in the world do we resist tuning? We know that 5 minutes of reflection would be good for us. So why is it so hard to actually do it? This is the paradox. We actively avoid the exact things we know will help us feel better.
And I mean, look at how stark this is. We say we want clarity, but what do? We binge on chaos, the endless news cycles, the social media drama. We say we want peace, but we just snack on constant noise and distraction all day long. There's this huge gap between what we want and what we actually do.
And oh man, here come the greatest hits. Our favorite excuses. Tomorrow. Tomorrow is always the perfect day to start, right? We'll do it when we're not so tired. We'll meditate when the world finally calms down. But here's the thing Zoran points out. The world is not going to calm down for you. The work has to start inside. So it all boils down to this one question, and it's aimed right at you, right at me. This isn't about what's happening out there. It's about the obstacles we are putting in our own way. So, why do we do that? What is really going on behind that resistance?
And here it is. Here's the answer. We resist because we are afraid of the mirror. We're afraid of what we'll see if we actually look, the truths we've been pushing down. But look at the promise on the other side of that fear. You might lose a few comfortable illusions, yeah, but you will gain wings. You'll find freedom.
Okay, so we know the problem. We know why we resist. So what's the solution? Well, the source lays out this incredibly practical, totally doable daily practice. It's called the 3 Dragon Trials. This is how we actually start feeding that flame of wisdom.
I just love how simple this is. It's not some huge commitment. First, the mirror minute. Just 1 minute, 60 seconds. You look yourself in the eye and ask that tough question. Second, the wisdom scroll. You read or listen to something meaningful and just pull out one single insight. And third, the wisdom flame. A simple little review before you go to sleep.
And let's zoom in on that 3rd trial, because these questions are so powerful. What did I learn today? That helps you see your own growth. What did I ignore? That forces you to be honest about your blind spots. And then, what will I do differently tomorrow? That turns your reflection into action. It closes the loop, so you're not just thinking, you're evolving.
So why do all this? What's the real point of tuning the guitar and facing the mirror every single day? Let's talk about the payoff, because this isn't just about feeling a little bit better. This is about fundamentally changing the way you move through the world.
And the best part is, this stuff is proven. Daily reflection, it actually strengthens who you are, it boosts your emotional intelligence, it helps you make way better decisions, you become less reactive, less triggered by things, and the neuroscience is clear on this. Practices like these literally rewire your brain for more clarity and more resilience. And that brings everything full circle, doesn't it?
Zoran's last piece of wisdom just nails it. You can read 1,000 books, but wisdom isn't about what you consume, it's about what you do. It's about how you live. It's the song you sing with your own tuned-up life.
And so we're going to end not with a neat summary, but with the most important question there is, pulled right from the Dragon Trials. This is the challenge. After hearing all of this, what's the one small thing you're going to do differently tomorrow to feed your own flame?